Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Relentless Push East continued. Well, we're fighting Great Britain again because we don't like them. That is entirely why we even broke our truce. We've taken a couple of wounds here and there, but again, nothing too substantial. We're working on a fort. We've got some solid amounts of manpower around us, so we're not really too concerned. It's just going to be a matter of taking care of business. Unfortunately, that business does include people like Austria, or at least places like Austria, I should say. And we are slowly working our way through that. We've got plenty of allies around, so again, it's not going to be a huge concern. Realistically, I'm probably okay with a white peace here. I just don't want them around. That's more or less it. So either way, we will continue to let things be. Our troops will recover, and it looks like we did take the fort, which is very good news because now we can hand that off to Georgia. And actually, you know what? 85% to Georgia. What about our newest March car, Adele? 20%? Ooh, garbage. Let's go ahead and send that back to Georgia. Alright, so now that we've got that, let's go ahead and... do we give it another month or two to recoup? I don't think it's the worst idea. Yeah, you know what? We'll give it a month or two. We have more manpower than they do. Attrition's going to hurt them. If they want to try and do some funny business, I'm honestly not too concerned. It's, yeah, not a problem at all. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave all of that. We've got some people over here doing some automatic sieging for us on our behalf. We should be able to take a decent amount of land as things progress. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and quickly double check on Austria. They're up to 400,000 men. We have, what's this? 100, about 300, what's that? Sorry? 120, 180, 240,000. So we're fairly close. Or at least once we include mines with their, how many? 160 odd thousand. Yeah, but again, you know what? It's all just about taking on some more of their fortifications. We'll white peace them. I don't really care if much happens with the others. That's just going to have to be as it is. They're more of a distraction than anything. All right, so either way, let's go ahead and continue on marching to the next one. We have a little bit of a siege boost, but nothing too substantial. Actually, you know what? Let's switch your general there. This guy has slightly better siege. And that'll work better with your cannons. So that'll be fine. You, my little friend, can just pick up the other fellow and send him over... Maybe over there? That should be good enough. Yeah, okay. That should be fine. We'll have some reinforcements in the area. I don't expect them to really be chasing us too directly. Yeah, that's probably more hassle than what it's worth to them. So we can ignore that. Alright, well, either way, it looks like we can pick up our military tech, which is very good, as Great Britain does have a slight advantage until now. But that's now out of the way, so that's definitely bad news for them. We also picked up a few infantry through a mercenary company. That's rather good. We'll go ahead and start marching our way forwards. We'll leave them slightly further behind, and we will see... What have we got? Grasslands, farmlands. It's all much of a muchness. But we'll bring you guys closer. And we'll see who we can flank and make sure we can, you know, engage a few battles at the same time. That way they can't reinforce. We don't have to worry about too many negative modifiers. We might be able to force them to take some excess attrition. We did lose a battle, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, so we should probably take care of them. Let's go ahead and send our mission to be hunting enemy fleets in the North Atlantic. There we go, that'll be better. Him and all of his buddies should go ahead and deal with that. Hull has been looted, that's a pity. Okay, so we've lost a fort, but that's okay. Let's march. Actually, let's go ahead and... 35,000. They have slightly better front lines, but we have reinforcements. When do you guys leave? You'll be in New York on the 27th or whatever. This is grasslands. We'll give it a day. They do get locked in. Looks like we're... Oh, stopped infiltrating the administration of Austria. Huh. I did not realize that that was a thing that we were chasing. Yeah, okay. And you know what? It does appear that these guys have decided to not go ahead and follow that mission of hunting... Wait, not hunting pirates. Hunting enemy fleets in the North Atlantic. Yeah, go ahead and show them what's what. Alright, everybody, let's go ahead and march on in. That'll be fine. They're locked on in as well. We'll send everybody we have. Yeah, that should probably diminish their enthusiasm fairly swiftly. Although, you know what? We would be there on the 29th. Let's just hold off for a second. We'll give it 2 more days. I think that should be enough to get there on the 1st. We'll get some rural reinforcements. You know what? Let's wait 1 more day. There we have it. We should be able to march forwards now. Okay, it looks like that's just going to have to be a thing. You guys can march there. You guys can march here. Yeah, we'll take a couple of occupations as we make our way forwards. We'll blow up their war exhaustion. We did get some bonus siege ability on one of our generals, which is nice. Yeah, making lots of money from spoils of war too, which is ideal. A revolt in Samarkand, honestly, not a surprise. We've been expecting that. Baden is out. Okay, well, I guess that is a single province minor. Yeah, that is... I don't think Baden has lost their alliance. No, they have not. Okay, so that's fine. And then... Oh, you know what? We were going to double check. Break... No. Break alliance. There we go. Mecklenburg. How close are we? Couple of reasons. Only a few. Nothing too ridiculous. Let's see. We have 8% war score. Again, we just are looking for the basic 10. That's all that we really want. In fact, you know what? We are standing on a few more. Maybe that would be... would almost be enough. Okay, well, you know, we'll just continue to do what we're doing. Yeah, let's go ahead and send you over here to the woods. That should be fine. I don't think that they'll try and, yeah, try any funny business. We'll go... You know, let's pop out a port for a second and work on the blockade. Try and boost those numbers up a little bit. Leader trait, more land attrition reduction. That is lovely. There goes Hull. Okay, and York, your farmlands. And that means you're about to get toasted. Let's go ahead and we're consolidating every single army we have in the region. We're going to go ahead and get everybody marching on over there. There we have it. We will take a crossing penalty, but honestly, that is perfectly satisfactory by my opinion. Alright, there we have it. Stack pipe. That's what we're after. Let's march that further forwards. We'll get a good amount of recovery. You guys can go ahead and march on in as well. Let's see. What do we have? This is in hills, so that'll be defensive for us. I don't see a... Oh yeah, it doesn't look like they're too keen on this whatsoever. Yeah, and they're trying to run away as fast as possible. Alright, I think we go ahead and we march onto the capital if at all possible. You guys can go ahead and chill out over here. We'll go to Inverness. We'll try and lock away some of their troops on the other side. We'll defend the strait. Does look like we're going to be attacking into grasslands, which is perfectly fine. Yeah, alright. We'll go ahead and make sure that we consolidate our front lines there. We have enough morale. We'll be fine. Alright, Siege of Berlin is over. Okay, good news. Oh, actually, on the not so good news, or maybe somewhat good news, we caught that before we lost this. Sue for peace. Can we go ahead and do this? Ongoing battles. Yeah, still need a bit of war score. Okay. Let's march towards the woods. That'll be fine. Actually, you know what? Let's march across there. You guys can back on up. Let's save, yeah, a little bit of manpower. They took a few losses, but again, nothing too substantial. Still working on all of this. Let's go ahead and hand all of these off to Georgia that we can own. Again, just trying to make sure that they're as difficult for them to take as possible. Yeah, we should be alright. We've got a decent amount of numbers. They just, yeah, don't want to deal with it. And it looks like that was a stack wipe there, so that is excellent. You know what? Who has... Oh, you guys probably have more troops than they do. Yeah, you do. Okay, you keep on marching. You fellows, we will send... Can we march you across here? Yes, we can. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cross the strait. We'll start working on Ireland as well. Make sure that they don't have too much strength. Looks like Siege of Detroit is over. Again, not a huge deal. We're just dealing with one step at a time. 71% on their capital is excellent. That'll give us ticking war score. There we go. We'll hand that to our vassal there. Make sure that they're doing good work. You, my friends, can go up over here. You guys can go ahead and autonomously siege. Actually, you know what? We're not even going to pick anywhere in particular. You guys can then travel... Yeah, we'll zip down to Kildare. That should be good. And yeah, everybody else should do good work. We did lose one battle, but unfortunately, I guess that's occasionally the dangers of... blockading enemy ports. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and hunt enemy fleets. You should rendezvous with the others. That is what I care about. Alright, so that'll be fine. Yeah, I think that's about everything we need. You guys are chilling. You guys are moving. A couple of occupations are working out as planned. We're working on multiple sieges all at once. I don't think that there's really too much for us to be concerned about. No, in fact, oh, wait a second. We don't even have any... Hang on a second. What is your mission? You're meant to be protecting trade in the English Channel. Yeah, a couple of galleys and stuff. That's not a big deal. We want our larger fleet, though. Where on earth has that gone? There's some of our heavies. Blockading enemy ports? No. Let's bring you up and around there. You guys can go ahead and sail on up over here too. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead and zoom out for a bit. Oh, there we go. There is most of these blockading ports. No. We'll go ahead and we'll send them over there. We don't have an admiral, but we can roll... Oh, you know what? We shall reassign you. That should be good. Yeah. That should be all that we need. Let's also go ahead and make sure that our troops are hanging nearby friendly territory or friendly troops. We don't want to get caught out unnecessarily. That should be fine. Any more progress to us being able to piece these guys out? Only a few more reasons. Alright. Well, I guess it's just a matter of letting everything fall. Alright, let's hand that to Georgia. Let's march on. Where do we want to go? Where is their capital? Let's just double check. Sue for peace. They hold Vienna. Alright, let's go ahead and march on down there. Let's make sure that that disappears. Take away a few more reasons. Military access to Tuscany we will decline because we do not like them. I believe they are the second in line. Yep, but still far behind, so we will ignore them. I'm almost surprised that they haven't tried to go for a military hegemon, but then you remember that we have ridiculous numbers over anybody else. So I believe, what is it? You have to have the largest army, and they certainly cannot compare to us. We have how many men on the field? Good question. Over almost 1.7 million men. 1.7 million. That is absolutely absurdity. But I'm okay with this. I am very much okay with this. University, gain some innovativeness, gain a stability. Stability is the way to go. We'll pick that up for free, please and a thank you. Oh, and you know what? We have a whole heap of money. We should really be doing something. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and keep on marching, sailing all of our ships over here for now. We'll deal with it in the future. But I'm tired of us getting wiped out unnecessarily. So we're just going to go ahead and, yeah, cancel all of those missions. I don't really care what you're doing. Apparently we cannot merge those for some unknown plan, but alright, that's fine. You know what, we also have a couple of great projects which we can increase. You know what, the money is there. Let's go ahead and just get that out of the way. That should be fine. I'm just kind of being a little bit lazy now. We'll pick up this. We'll spend some more money. And that'll be fun. We'll give that a day. Go ahead and we'll bump that up one more time. Alright, so that'll be all good. And you know what, just as we get more money, I think we'll just continue on working on our great projects. I think that seems like a little bit of fun. Make sure that we are clearly the victorious, the most impressive there is. Alright, what have we got? Military access, sure, we'll again continue on handing that off. We've almost got the votes that we need. Brigands is just a fraction away. That's still with a lot of overextension that's about to disappear. Okay, so that should be all that we need for now. Again, just waiting on that to the overextension to move along. Okay, you know what? Merge on up. I'm done with you clowns. Let's go ahead and deal with that navy of theirs. They want to have a little bit of fun, that's fine. We can show them what a little bit of fun looks like. And yeah, I'm not happy with that. There goes the siege. Let's hand that off to Georgia just to make sure. You clowns can go ahead and get destroyed. We'll work our way to the other fort. That way we can carpet siege. Yep, siege of Detroit is over. Again, I do not care. Subjects are not really our concern. Now we have our navy there that is in pretty decent condition. Let's go ahead and march, sail a little bit further. We'll join you all up while we're fighting these guys, just to make sure that we are, you know, getting things done. What about you? Let's go ahead and just upgrade you for now. That'll be fine. And then, what do we do? Siege of Ratibor is over. Okay, that's excellent. I can't see Austria wanting to chill here for too much longer. Yeah, I doubt that this is going to be the case. But either way, we'll move our troops further forwards. We'll work on a few more occupations. These guys can go ahead and make their way over here. Actually, you know what? 18 cannons. You know what? That's just fine. We'll leave it be. Can we sue for peace? The answer is very nearly, but not quite. Okay, so that's fine. We'll get there sooner than later. All of that's non-important. Yeah, all quite unimportant. We still are making a stupid amount of money each month, so that's all fine and dandy. Core provinces and siege is over. That is excellent news. Let's go ahead and... You know what? We're going to quickly go over here and bust up their navy here. That'll be a little bit of fun. And you know what? Let's also go ahead and quickly regroup here. I think we should have a grand shipyard there. Yeah, that should be nice. Make sure we get a little bit of a repair in before we cause them some issues. Yeah, that should be nice. Now, we do have a lot of sailors. We gain 4,000 a month. We're spending 5.5. But that's okay. We'll be alright in a couple of months. Alright, and it looks like Miami is looking for peace. Oh. Miami? Where do you exist? Oh, all the way up over here. Oh, how nice. War reparations, all that stuff. You know what? Nay. I do... Wait a second. Who are you occupied by? Occupied by us. Okay. We do decline, but we will sue you for peace. We'll take you. We'll hand you off to... Wait a second. Who has claims? No one specifically, but we would need that. You know what? It's okay. We're going to go ahead and be done with them. We'll go ahead. We'll take the money for good measure. We can't do anything else. Sure. That'll do. Send that demand. I don't know what that's really going to accomplish, but you never know. It could be fun. These guys are still trying to fight us, but again, I don't think that's much of a problem. Do we go ahead and try and call this up? I think we've lost a little bit of Louisiana, so maybe we do want to go ahead and call that up. Yeah, a little bit of power is not going to be the end of the world. We'll just let that be. More victories here over the British, which is what I care about. More of their troops are getting destroyed. We did forget to hand off one of these forts to Georgia, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Alright, Straits of... Oh. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Blockading ports in the enemy in the North Atlantic? What the heck are you doing over here by India? That makes 0 sense. I don't understand. I really don't. Yeah, I do not get that one a little bit. Alright, well, you know what? That was the Siege of Vienna over, which is fantastic. We'll hand that to Georgia as we should. I don't think that there's any other forts hanging out around here. Can we get these guys to go away soon, but not quite? And you know what? For all this hard work, we might actually try and take something from them. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe release a nation? Hang on a second, you guys are Protestant. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's all the wrong religion. Maybe we don't. So either way, that was Sternberg. That was good. Let's go ahead and march further forwards. We'll work on that. You guys can march your way over here. Actually, no, let's go ahead and work Prague. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, and you know what? All of you guys are looking pretty decent. Let's go ahead and click the upgrade ships for all of that. We will go ahead and leave the worst of their condition. Obviously, that's not a great point in having them in our fleet if they're completely... if they're all busted up. Oh, you know what? There we go. I think that'll be fine. Let's leave the transports at home as well. Yeah, there we go. Let's just select these guys. Let's pop out. We're going to give them a bad day. They're not at full morale either, so that'll be rather nice. Condottieri has been accepted by Portugal. Again, not a concern. We've almost taken the fortification here. Oh, and there goes a whole heap of our overextension. So we're now down to 25%. That is remarkably good. And our war exhaustion is down to 1 from the 3 which we picked up from having broken our truce. Yeah, it's slowly going down, making our life a little bit easier. In fact, I don't think I've checked this for a while. What do we get negatively against us? We get less siege ability, less goods produced, recruitment time, manpower recovery, national unrest, diplomatic annexation and integration is slowed down. Okay, nothing that's really too concerning, but that does mean now that we have 1, 2, 3 votes. All that we need is for this jolly emperor to die, and we're all set. In fact, if we go over here and we make our way down, can we even get them to break that alliance? The answer is yes. We have just the perfect amount of reasons. You could not have asked for anything more. Let's go ahead and confirm this, and hopefully, even if they don't vote for us, they will at least, if Mecklenburg won't vote for us because of our poor reputation or the fact that we hurt their feelings, it honestly doesn't matter, because the votes will be more distributed around, and so we will still be victorious one way or the other, and that is what makes me happy. Alright, anything else? You know, let's just go ahead and march forwards a little bit further. That'll be fine. You guys are marching over here. We've got Austria pretty well handled. They do still have a fair few numbers of troops, but again, it's just not that much of a concern. Oh, and they're willing to white peace, but you know what? Just for good measure, we're going to go ahead and tell them you are not allowed to be friends with Great Britain. It's our parting gift to the rest of the world. So we'll let that be. We'll leave that there. I'm sure it will not take us too long for us to sort that out. There goes the Siege of Inverness. So let's go ahead and march into the Highlands. Yeah. Let's go ahead and crush them. That will be fantastic. This navy here is not meant to be where they are. They're not meant to be there. But either way, we'll go ahead and we'll send in some relief. I don't know how much that will be useful, but again, if we can avoid losing too many ships, that would be preferred. If not, we'll beat the snot out of those who remain. There goes the Siege of Desmond. That is what we wanted. Let's go ahead and still continue to hand that off. And now you, my friends. Let's split down into some 17,000 stacks, and then I guess we'll go ahead and we'll say manage autonomous sieging. That will do. Onto the next one and do the same thing there. And that should be all 4 of them, so they'll be able to handle everything else. You guys have almost finished sieging. We're taking some losses, but again, it's just not that important. Wait, did I see kind-hearted? Monthly war exhaustion down by another 0.05. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. 0.2 per month, even with taking attrition. That is phenomenal. Yeah, that is great. We could be at war forever, and there would not be much that anyone could do. But it is nice to see, so I'll take what we can get. Looks like a few people are trying to retreat in a few directions. I don't think that's going to do too much. We'll stay where we are. You guys can head over here. We have more strength. Siege of Peachtree is over. Again, not a concern. Our allies are beating them up pretty well. Yeah, we're at 32%. I don't think it's going to take us much more. Especially if things continue to go down the path that they are. Yeah, you know, we'll just stay where we're at. Now, apparently we are taking a lot of losses. I'd assume that's to a lot of attrition. Let's just go ahead and invest to make sure that that doesn't turn out to be a problem. Local manpower, sure, we'll just go ahead and sort by best value. Look at that, thousands upon thousands of men come flocking to our armies because we're just that good. That's right, just that good. They just need to be included in the glory. So we'll let that be. Looks like we have some troops that we'll chase back down into this direction. That should be sufficient. We've taken all of this. We'll go ahead and we'll march on over there. We have some rebel uprisings. Oh, it's not a huge issue for us either. You know what? Sure, you can just go ahead and get upgraded. We'll go ahead and boost that a couple of times because we can. And you know what? Hopefully we'll remember before I forget about it. Yeah. If not, at least the pop-up will no longer exist for a while. How nice. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be taking a battle. Let's go ahead and consolidate that front line. That should be fine. We will destroy them, and I think that is good. Oh, right, and you know what? Before I forget, we do want to propagate our religion as far as possible. Is there anyone we haven't gone ahead and made Orthodox? Let's see, Russian California, I think we had already done this. We need Peru or Plata, where is it? New Russia, I'm questioning that one. Have we forced religion? Oh no, they're already Orthodox. Okay, so that's New Russia. Russian Canada, here we go. Enforce religion? No, they're also the right religion, so that's fine. Russian Columbia, here we go. No, it does seem that they have accepted the religion. Huh. I am honestly a bit surprised there. I'm very much surprised, but you know what? I'm cool with that. All of them should have plenty of money. They'll be fine. We'll let them be. We can ignore the rest of them. We'll keep on fighting out those troops. And I think there's not too much else for us to really worry about. It's just a little bit of chasing them back and forth. But again, that's not going to turn out too good for these guys. We'll go ahead and we'll march on over here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we do outnumber them. They, yeah, they don't have much of a fleet here. It's only light ships. We have a whole heap of heavies, a whole heap of galleys. There is very little that these guys are capable of. Oh, and apparently a national decision is now available. Confirm theocracy. Merchants, light ships, diplotech cost. You know what? I don't think I've ever picked this up before. Why not? We'll go ahead and collect. And then, is that even something we can now see? Or did we pick that up automatically? You know what? I'll have a look between videos, and that'll be fine. But before we go, we'll quickly go ahead and throw another merchant out. We'll make sure that we are collecting as much trade and steering it as best as possible. And see that everything goes according to plan. I think all of that's all fine. There's not much that we can really gain out of all of this. Is there anywhere we've missed? We've got 9% there. No, we're not going to bother with that. Let's just continue. Here we are, 77%. Let's go ahead and we will transfer trade power. That'll be fine. We'll probably send it further north and make sure that it multiplies as it goes downstream. And that is where we're going to call it for today. So realistically, I don't expect too much more in the next episode. We should hopefully be done relatively fast. But if you do want to see what we come up with, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.